I'm going to do a little supplementary video. How to set up speakers for listening, how to get them positioned properly. Now, this is a very, very temporary bar stooly sort of thing going on here, so bear with me. You want to sit down in your spot. No one listens to music standing or doing dishes. I'm talking about real listening. I'm talking about, I'm going to listen to that album now, and for an hour and 20 minutes, you don't move from your chair. You don't read your texts. You just sit here listening to music. Now, ideally the speakers would be at ear level height, which I can't do unless I pile paint cans on chairs. But they're up pretty good, and I've listened to it, it's all right. Now, as far as angling them in, trial and error. Put on something you know, sit down. You got to look at the side of the speaker on the top. If you squint down, if you get down, and you see that that speaker's level, and that speaker's level, then they're at the right height. All right. As far as twisting and stuff, you can get crazy with a level. The more important thing is, if you got to switch your source to mono, which in foobar is easy enough. Configure DSP manager, downmix channels to mono. You add that, and then you hit play on something with good vocals. And now you listen. And since you're playing it in mono, since you're playing this, every track now is switched to mono, you should hear a dead center, a measured inches, centimeters, whatever you want to use. I counted the boards on the floor. They're 31 inches apart, the speakers. 31 boards apart. I'm sitting at the 15.5 board. That's straight in front of me. When I put it to mono, they were singing, Mr. Lieutenant Gator here was singing from there, over there. So now what do? Do I play with the balance? Nay, nay. Instead of playing with the balance to get that over to where it belongs, you move one of the speakers. Pick one. Either one will work. So if the sound is there, that speaker's too prevalent. So you've got to move this speaker closer or that speaker further away. And I'm talking about a ½ inch. And I did. I pulled this speaker forward ½ of an inch, and that sound went from there to there. That's how sensitive the human ear is. That's why people spend thousands of dollars on stereos, because you can detect if your speaker's a ½ inch too far back. It puts the simulation of that person singing there. If I pushed it back 3 inches, you would hear them coming from like that point. So switching it to mono, getting this lined up, and then you take it out of mono, and it's a whole perfect experience. Let's see. Now this opening is affecting it a bit, but still, I'm playing pretty quietly. Right there, I hear the wood, everything sounds balanced now. You don't want to ever, I'm not going to say ever, but you don't want to adjust with a balance knob or a balance slider on a computer. Get everything set up perfectly even, set it to mono so that the left and right channel are outputting exactly the same, and then just start sliding speakers forward or backwards. That much. If you're on your desk, 1/4 inch at a time. And you could swing right past where the sweet spot is. You're basically sitting in your sweet spot trying to figure out minute distance changes. So, supplementary video on this. On placement of a 2.1, I wish these were a little bit taller. I just don't have enough stuff to pile up there. Measure. Get obsessive with this. You'll appreciate it at the end. The distance between the two speakers should be the distance from your head to each speaker, which I didn't measure, but I'm probably real close. Maybe I can go back like that much. And of course the sub placement is determined by the subwoofer crawl, or in this case, just because it fits there. So yeah, everything should work out beautifully now. One of the reasons I like that meter in foobar is because if I hear someone singing in a song, and it's happened way more than once, I'll put on a great vocal track and the meters will be off. Because I'll be sitting here knowing that it's set up perfectly and she'll be singing from there anyway. And if you look at the meters, and if she's singing a vocal solo where there's no instruments playing in the background, you see the right meter's up that much higher than the left meter, then that's where she's supposed to be singing from. You'll be amazed how many artists just decide, no, I want to be a little bit more right than left or not in the center. And that's all right. It changes it up. It just can be confusing if you're trying to set things up without it in mono. You'll put on a track that you love and you go, oh, she's singing to the right. I better move that speaker back. And you'll keep moving it back until it sounds like she's in the middle. And then the next track, everything will be to the left. So be cautious of that. That's why you have to switch to mono. You can't do this with just a song that you think is centralized audio. You've got to switch physically to one solid channel and then make your adjustments and then take it out. Yeah. So that's my words of advice, words of warning, and we can get into bass and rolls and mode points and all that crap later. Peace.